All right, I'm going to share more about the saga of our move. There's not really a saga, it's actually going really smooth, but I just want to talk a little bit about some of the different components when you're moving. And one of those is moving with pets and kids. Both of those have their own unique things. So this one's going to it's going to basically be a two-part. First, we're going to talk about kids, which my kids are in the pool right now. I'm sitting out in the patio. And when you're moving, it depends on the time of year, obviously, if your kids are in school. So you're going to want to do prep, obviously. You're going to want your kids, if you're moving, if you're selling, you're going to sit down and talk to your kids. Like my kids are 4 and 8, so talking through that, it's not familiar, like that moving process to them. So we talked about what that looks like, why we're moving, how that's going to look like, changing schools, things like that. And that can be positive. It can be hard for kids too. It's change. So you're going to want to have some time to sit down and talk to them. Take them to the new house if you're able to do that. Let them see it. Show them where their rooms are going to be. Talk about how you're going to use it for family. For us, we're moving to a place that has more space outside. So that was something really big for our family and our kids. And our kids are going to have like this upstairs kind of playroom space. So there's a lot of positives for them. Schools, that's hard for my daughter. So we talked about that, and we've also talked that we're, not going to try to move again while they're in school, because that's hard on kids. When I was a kid, we moved a lot, so I'm used to that. But when kids haven't moved, what does that process look like? So you're going to want to do just talking through some of those pieces. My dog's running around the background. And then as you get closer, you're going to start getting your house. If you're selling your house or you get your house ready to sell, you're going to have to start emptying out stuff. So think through some of those processes. Like for us, I took a tub and kept our kids' toys that they wanted to keep in there till we moved, and we packed a lot of their toys away and got rid of a lot of their clothes and stuff. So, and I did like down in the last few weeks, I bought some like special art packs and things like that, just extra, because we did pack a lot of their stuff. And they have a lot of stuff, but it's a good time too to talk through like donating things and getting rid of things that they've outgrown and things they want to keep out that are special. We have a backpack and a tub, and then they have some like stuffed animals and stuff. But just talking through those processes and what are they going to keep, and having them be part of that too. But I'll give you an example. My daughter, I was like, "Hey, bring out a couple pairs of pajamas, and then we'll pack the rest." Because you just rotate through them. And then she packed all her summer pajamas, and she kept out all the winter ones. So, and it's July and it's super hot, so we just had to buy some new summer ones because I don't know where her other ones are. So that was kind of, like make sure that you're paying attention sometimes to what they're packing, because obviously, you're going to help your kids, depending on how old they are and stuff like that too, the process. Yes, so buy new pajamas. And then the other piece is your move date. Like as you get closer, are the kids in school? Are they out of school? Who's going to be with the kids? Because it's going to be really busy. Are you moving everything yourself, or do you have movers? If you're just moving in within a city versus if you're moving from a state, what does that look like? So for us, we're only moving about 20 minutes away. And we've hired movers. So I've asked like our sitter who we work with if she can be around that day, like just to like take the kids to the playground and do some different things like that, just because the kids are going to need someone who can give them their undivided attention. And as we're moving things out and getting things cleaned up and doing all things, that's really hard to do. So if they can go with family and friends, or day camp. One thing I would say too, though, is make sure you take time with your kids, especially if they're old enough, to say goodbye to the house. I know it sounds kind of silly, but you're going to want to acknowledge the times, the memories, the things that have happened in that house. And if you're moving far away, it's going to be goodbye. For us, we're not moving super far away, so we can go drive by and say hi to our house. But my daughter really is nostalgic about things. And, we talked about, it's not going to be our house anymore. And we talked about, a new family's going to live here with their kids and have new memories. And they're going to love these things just like you did. So we also, for us, when we moved in, we actually made a growth chart that we took it on a board so we could take it off the wall. So just things that, if you have a growth chart think about those things, taking those pieces with you if you can. Um, or maybe there's this little special something that could come with the house. I don't know, a brick or a rock or something that they could have, just something to remember. Because taking a picture of your house with your family in front of your house to say goodbye to, that's gonna be part of their memory in their childhood. So just thinking through some of those processes. So as you leave one and then you go to the other, and as you go to the other, where your kid's going to be when you're either unloading it or your movers are unloading it, like where the kid's going to be and how to utilize that. And I would say too, have lots of snacks and water and things, water bottles around and things for them, just because it's a long day for everyone, and even for yourself. Like, make sure you have lots of snacks and things and a plan for what the kids are going to be doing, because it's going to be a long day. But make sure that they're having time to say goodbye to their house, that tub of toys that's near and dear to them, and clothes that where your box is with their immediate things that they're going to need, your toiletries, things that kids need. And obviously, if you're just moving in town, there's stores everywhere. There's stores everywhere that you can get things that you need, but ideally making one box that needs to go into their room right away with clothes and toiletries and things like that. So there's just some small things. A lot of it is you just want to think through that process, like how's that going to look, how are the kids moving through things, and I think if you are able to have extra help or hands to help with the kids, that's going to make it easier on them too, because it's stressful to move, and as adults it's stressful. And think about how kids are feeling. You may have kids that are older who want to pitch in and help, but if you have younger kids, really making sure they have the time to say goodbye to their room, to the house, the things that they love in their neighborhood, and maybe people in their neighborhood too. Like, before we leave, hopefully, we're gonna we're talking about maybe taking some cards and notes to our neighbors and giving them our new address that we care about. Like, there's people in our neighborhood that we've gotten to know, and so, like, taking that time and making sure that you can talk through those connections, because that's important to kids too, and friends from school, those connections too. Like, if you're gonna have an open house a housewarming party, open house. Hey, it's a real estate agent. If you're gonna have a housewarming party, talking about that friends could come from their other school, or neighbors can come too. I mean, if you're close by and can do that, or sending pictures to friends and neighbors of, if you're moving out of state, of your new house and your home and what's going on there too. So, just some ideas, talking through. There's the movie Inside Out. I don't know if you have watched it. It's fantastic. It talks a lot about feelings and stuff. And the girl moves from state to state, but it talks about how she's feeling and how she misses things. That might be a great movie to kind of throw in as you're getting ready to move, and talk about the different feelings about moving. For kids, it's not just like, yeah, we're going to move, and it can be hard for adults too, but having a space and time to talk through how they're feeling. So just some tips from someone who's worked with kids for over 25 years, and someone who's a real estate agent, and someone who's moving in less than a month. So, and if you have questions or comments or ideas, let me know, because this is an open discussion, and I love to hear how you have helped with your kids transitioning. So have a great day. Take care. Bye.